Many of you know Boomi. Boomi has leash reactivity and off-leash reactivity. You guys have loved the videos. You've followed Boomi's progress. He's now with nervous dogs, big dogs, little dogs, new dogs, doing awesome. But the leash reactivity is the next step, and I'm gonna show you the first walk with Boomi. If you imagine how Boomi is off-leash, and actually I had Boomi on a leash down there when he flipped out and ran into the fence, that's Boomi on leash. Do you know, it's hardcore leash reactivity. This is the first walk live for you guys. Just because he's good with dogs off leash does not mean when we get out in that real world, he's going to be great. So you're gonna see what I do. Now, here's what I want you guys to know. The work for leash reactivity is not done when your dog freaks out. That's not when you're fixing it. You're not fixing leash reactivity when your dog freaks out. Let me say that again. You are not fixing it when the dog finally lunges and barks at a dog. You won't do it. 99.9% of you cannot fix it at that point. The work to fix leash reactivity is done in your house. Putting the leash on, dog goes to the door, you go, we're not going to the door. That's when leash reactivity is fixed. Then it's fixed at the doorway. When you do a sit stay, you open the door and dog goes, I'm leaving. And you go pop, turn around, go in your house. Now it's acting like we're out at the front of your house, which I'm kind of in the front of my house. I'm about to go on a walk. If Boomi says I'm leaving, I say, I don't care. We're not going anywhere. Now Boomi's being great. Many of your dogs watching this, they're like, I'm going, and you guys just follow them, or you maybe stop and hold the leash tight and then go. No, none of that. We're talking about leash reactivity here. You gotta be hardcore early, all right? Boomi's being great, so I don't need to show you hardcore early, but you've seen Boomi at his worst. You know Boomi's not good. We've done the work. So you gotta do the work early. You play sports, your kids play sports. Is the work done on game day? No, the work is done during practice. Game day is winning is just a result of the work you've done before that. That's the same as a walk. My 12-year-old daughter is one of the top surfers in the country. When it's surf contest day, just go out and surf. There's no rah-rah huge pep talks. She's done the work in training, and now it's just time to go and do what she knows how to do, okay? That's the same with this. So right now, Boomi's being great, but Boomi is also saying, I'm leaving, and I'm saying, no, you're not, because we're about to hit the real world out there, and the real world is crazy. Now, now Boomi, look at his head tilted a little going, oh, where's that guy? Boomi's so good. I have treats. I also have a gentle. You guys ever notice when I'm like on my walks, I'm like pretty serious? Did you see, I go, oh my God, Boomi's so good. And Boomi's like, oh, I'm leaving. You don't want to do like a ton of reinforcement on walks with leash reactivity. So I'll let Boomi go to either side. It just feels right. First walk ever, but Boomi can't leave me. You know the stop. Oh, by the way, Boomi's leg thing, when they came for the first session ever, I noticed the leg thing. She says he's just been doing it forever. She's taken him to the vet. It's, you know, some dogs just, Boomi, there is no leaving. That's the attitude. There is no leaving. Now Boomi's with us. This is where, that look at me is how leash reactivity is fixed. Leaving you with no distractions is the same mindset as lunging at a dog. It's the same thing. You got to fix the leaving you with no distractions, or you'll never fix the lunging at the dog. I'm letting Boomi go a little bit sideways. I think Boomi's going to flip out if we see a dog. I absolutely think you guys are going to see a flip out, which is what you want to see, because you guys like that stuff. But again, I'm not gonna fix it on the flip out. You're not gonna fix it on the flip out. Oh, already, just a person. Boomi's like, oh my God, a person. Boomi, we'll do this all day, dude. You wanna keep leaving? Boomi's highly stimulated, and we can't forget that. We can't be like, no, you can't be 1 foot in front of me, because we're just gonna battle that so much. We have to give some grace and say, I know you're stimulated, but you can't leave me. Pick your battles. All right, what's the criteria for punishment? For a correction. Punishment and correction are the same thing. Oh, that's a person, dude. This dog needs to go on walks. Car. dog in the car. Look at, he's just highly stimulated. He's gonna flip out if he sees a dog. Oh, we have a dog set up. Where are you going? There's moments like this. There's a guy like shoveling over there. Boomi hasn't been out here yet. So there are moments when you just need to stop and let the dog take it in. And that's what I'm gonna do right now. Let him look. I call it dog orientation. If you go to the pet store, if your dog's all stimulated on walks, here comes a UPS truck, you sometimes just have to stop and let him take it in rather than continue on into the pet store. They get all weirded out by the automatic doors. They get all weirded out by a bunch of stuff. But the main criteria is no leaving me. That's number one. Okay. Okay, you see that? A little better. We have a dog set up down here. We may fix the leash reactivity based on those looks. I don't think we will. I think he's gonna flip out when he sees the dog. Boomi, buddy. First walk, we're establishing no leaving. Oh, why don't you just constantly feed him treats, Joel? No one actually says it in that way, but what they do, some of the positive reinforcement trainers, they go, why aren't you reinforcing him for doing it right? We can, but the reinforcement's the walk. The reinforcement's the walk. I do not want to be, I don't live my life giving candy to my kids when they do something well all the time. I do, but not all the time, or giving treats to my dog. There's no situation in this world where you are told to constantly reinforce every few seconds every behavior that someone does. You don't do it with your kids, you don't do it with your wife, you don't do it with your employees, nor should you. What kind of weird way to live your life is that? Your employees get paychecks and they get great job, thank you, and they get bonuses and they get all these things, and your kids get all these great things. It is not a constant, there's the dog, it's not a constant thing. That's why the purely positive folks are failing. And they are failing. It is going away. The method of never say no to your dog, never give a leash correction to your dog, is dying, and they hate it. Good boy. Dog's up here. It's fine to stop. It's fine to say, okay, you want to smell? You want to cruise? All good, actually. You should do that. Okay, dog's walking. He doesn't want to, though. Okay. Here's Bruno. You guys know Bruno. He knows Bruno, but he doesn't know it's Bruno from here. Say something, Carly. Good. Now he sees the dog. He doesn't know it's Bruno, though. I don't think. Because he's like, why would Bruno be out here? See? Are we gonna stop these little chuffy barks? We're not. We gotta choose our battles. Remember when I said barking to him is like breathing? We're seeing it again. His little brain, so we're seeing regression, right? We've seen Bruno do awesome at the facility with the dogs. Now we're seeing Bruno, or excuse me, Boomi, we're seeing Boomi regress, which is fine. It's really not regression because we're out on a walk. We are going to correct. Now we're seeing what we saw early on in the training with Prince. The good thing is, you guys saw Boomi fly himself into a fence when he was, hey, we're gonna walk these dogs directly into each other. Ready? Go. Okay, walk away. All right, why did I do that? It's the same reason that when the first session that I posted probably 6 days ago, when he flipped out at Prince, I said, okay, Prince is coming after you. Like, you wanna sit here and be so bold and just bark at this dog, you might actually be forced to go up and meet this dog. We haven't had a bark since, but you're not gonna do that in real life. Or you might, and you probably should, but you may be nervous to do that. We haven't had a bark since he met the dog. Does that mean this dog wants to beat dogs? Probably not, but I just felt like that was the right thing to do because I was just gonna sit here and constantly do this butt touch with Boomi. But we are over that constant barking. So basically I was touching the butt, I was flipping him and touching him like this with these fingers, which you guys can do because Boomi's little thing is to come right here and to sit there and stare at the dog and bark. So we have to do something different. We can't do what the owners do. We can't do what everybody does. But his little brain, we're not back to square one because we got Boomi with 5 dogs. Look at him, look at his little butt. Look at this. He cannot sit like this. Your dog cannot sit like this on a tight leash like this. So I'm switching it up and we're going, and we're desensitizing right now. Okay, look at, oh yeah, that's his little move. That's not the move anymore. I don't care that he wants to sit here and stare at the dog. That's why I do this little butt touch thing. Many of you guys have asked about how to, look at his little, he just moves into it. Constant move in. And so I go, yeah, do something different with your leash reactive dogs. If nothing else, do something, oh, the dog's walking now. If nothing else, do something different. This is different. See the little take the leash, touch the butt. We're not letting you get right here and sit down and then stare at the dog and bark. Now, I could start to put a verbal cue to it, a leave it, a no, whatever I want. I just wanted the dog to stop doing it before I put a cue to it. You don't put a cue to sit before they know sit. When you're at sit, 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 you get the dog doing a sit, then you put a cue to it. So we're not gonna put a cue to a behavior the dog's not gonna do. Boomi's brain is just somewhere else when he sees the dog. Look at, now he's back to his, this is what I do. I get in there, I touch mom, touch dad, and I stare at that dog. No, 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 we're over that. Ooh, dog at the fence. Okay, remember the doorway method? Release the dog, and then turn around. Watch what I'm gonna do right now. On the walk. It's not just the doorway method. Okay, you can do it on a walk. Do you see that? A little bark, and then look at this guy, because this guy often touches my butt or often does something. There's a dog up here behind a fence. This was 100 times better when seeing the dog that he didn't know he knew. 100 times better than when I posted a video 3 days ago of him flipping and running into a fence. Okay? Loose leash. He's on my page. There is a dog barking behind this fence, of which you can probably hear. Remember in the video the other day, I said this dog just needs hours of being with dogs and desensitizing. This dog is not fixed with corrections alone. This dog is not fixed with going on walks alone. This dog is fixed by going on walks and getting some corrections. I'm letting him get some stuff out, but I'm not letting him leave me. He's got a lot of energy, this dude. There's moments, what are you doing? There's moments when I'm over it too. You have to physically calm your dog down. Their brain gets spun out and you have to just hold them, touch them, let their brain calm down. You can see it in his eyes. You can see it in the shaking in his ears where he can't control his brain. Okay? I'm not gonna sit here and talk to him. I'm gonna touch him differently. You don't need a lot of talking with your dog. It's all about touch. Okay, we calmed him down, hopefully, for a second. We're not gonna stop every bark right now. Got to go on a lot of walks, just like I needed to go get him with dogs every day, slowly. Calm dog, then less calm dog, and now he's with scared dogs and big dogs and crazy dogs. We got to be on this walk. He's frantic. We got a dog here. He knows now that he knows Bruno. Dog barking up there. You're okay. Everything's cool. I have a gentle leader too. I just haven't used it. Keep your eye on your dog at all times. This dog needs to walk. It just needs to go on a lot of walks. Look how stimulated he is. Desensitize, desensitize. That's why you guys should walk your dogs at an early age. Oh, but the vet said that I shouldn't, because of rabies, my dog shouldn't go outside before like 9 months. That's insane. Okay, vets are good at a lot of things. That's an area that they need a lot of improvement. Telling people to not take, because of rabies. Like, yeah, if your dog got attacked by a fox, that's a different story. That doesn't happen. Okay, guys, that's the video. Subscribe, like, comment, hit the bell, all that good stuff. Boomy. Let's switch dogs. Bruno, leave it. All right.